Good evening, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you for joining us and staying with us till an honorable knowledge seeker. Today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seeker, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and assertive international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable research student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Create Own Portfolio website, Resume Builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and well knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help empower you to learn to meet their expectation and even become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, web and offline online courses for youth and learner, professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personally speaking knowledge is crucial for the institute global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we present. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. The IGM member are committed to offering effective best quality service and confident improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention info in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well wisher, at this moment, this is very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you'll enjoy all feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, if to participate in election on our website, we replace slide for join written on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time ended because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download the certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download the certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organized by my support with IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 18 types of certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeker 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Osmic Assessment, Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2. Teaching English is a foreign language and assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement 2, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series for the new trend in education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Application Leadership and Management Skills. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our Press Payment Services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we're late sending you on time. This is great opportunity to collect your previous conditions, self-publish from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything, and check out the video for all webinar details. It's a good request to check our button and pages on our website. Shiv like and say you will be benefit. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy yourself. At present, we are going to start our 1977 webinar, which name is Effective Classroom and Need-Based Education. And today our speaker name is Mr. Mohammed Zubair. He is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, sir, I'll share a very little bit about him. Assistant Professor, Special Education, Learning Disability, Department of Teacher Training and Non-Formal Education, Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia A Center, University, New Delhi, India. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Thank. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening. Hello. Hello from India. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Sir, please share your presentation.
Okay, sure. I think it is visible now. I think it is
Sir,
visible.
please make
Is it
yes, yes.
visible?
Sir, the stage is here. You can yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sure. Uh, Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste to everyone around the globe. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to the IGP for providing me the opportunity to speak at this platform. Myself, Mohammed Zubair, Assistant Professor of Special Education from Jamia. So today's my topic is effective classrooms and need-based education, which is important for every teacher and every parent because every child is very unique in their abilities and in their limitations, and we have to give them need based education. And as a teacher, it's my duty to assess the limitations and the abilities of my students. And as a parents as well, it's the duty of parents to identify the strength and weakness at the early stages. So, how can we make effective classrooms and what is need based education? We will discuss today. For example, effective what is like effective classroom? Effective classroom is that scenario or that class where different kinds of students are sitting together, and we are providing each and every student the instruction according to their needs. For example, in the class, in the setup, in the school, some students belongs from tribes, some students come from disability area, some students are high achievers, some students are low achievers. Women are also there, orphans are also there. So we have to make such environment where you know we have to give them need based education. So that is the effective classroom. If I will teach by a single method, by a single strategy, it will not work for them because their needs are different. So one crucial aspect is implementing need based education, which acknowledges that each student has unique learning requirements, strength and weakness. So what need based education involves, firstly, as a teacher, it's my duty, in the class there is a huge individual differences among the students. Some students, on the basis of their physical appearance, on the basis of their mental abilities or IQ, on the basis of their socioeconomic status, on the basis of their and abilities and the creativity. So different uh, talent they have, different limitations they have. So firstly, individualized instruction will work for them, because we have to give need based individual instruction, individual teaching, one-on-one teaching. And I will prepare the lesson plans and the teaching material according to the different students. And so tailoring teaching methods and strategies to suit diverse learning styles and paces, because their pace, the pace of learning is different. Some students are very high in caliber, and in some students are good in writing, some students are good in sports, some are good in other activities, some are good in science and maths, in calculations. So so this might involve differentiated instruction, and we can use lots of instructional methods, like project based teaching, or like joyful learning, or group teaching, or different strategies we can use. And they have different learning styles. Some are auditory learner, some are visual learner. So we can identify, we can assess. Secondly, support system, because when we are teaching in the setup, we are different kind of schools with lots of variation is there in the class. So support system must required for them. Resources, counseling, special education services, infrastructure, everything is is required, because if a support system is there, then we can use that support system to cater the need, to fulfill the needs of the students. And thirdly, the accessibility is important. For example, if the support system is there, but a student is not able to access the resources. For example, if a student has to take admission in the school, but school is very far from his home, and he is locomotor disabled, so how he will get admission and how will he go there? So accessibility is also important in each and every learning material, accessibility, or school accessibility, or the facilities, or any other things which is required in the teaching learning process. And the flexibility is assessment, because as a teacher, all students employing varied assessment methods I will use as a teacher, because the difference among them, the differences among them are huge. And we have to we have to be flexible in assessment. Sometimes we have to conduct oral tests, sometimes written tests, sometimes on the activities based, sometimes project based. So different kind of assessments we can be use. and and needful education will be successful when the environment will be inclusive, because inclusive environment means all students are getting education in the same setup. They are different from their backgrounds, different from their needs, on the basis of caste, religion, region, disabilities, sex. So they are different and all are sitting together. So it is sometimes it's very challenging to make inclusive classrooms, but it is the duty of the stakeholders, the government, or the agencies and the schools, the teachers, and the other, the parents. And teachers professional development, every time we have to enhance our skills. So in service training programs or cascade models we can use to give the training to the teachers, and support for educators to better understanding, and how we can deal with different kind of students in the class, in different scenarios, in different conditions. So teacher professional development is also important, it's play vital role. And need based education and effective classroom, you know it is important, as I told you earlier, because classroom management will play vital role. Because if classroom management involves creating a positive and conducive learning environment, the environment where every situation is good. For example, establish clear expectations, the goals must be clear, building positive relationship with the students. Because as a teacher, we have to be positive, we have to motivate our students, we have to increase the self esteem of our students, and based on mutual respect and trust and understanding. So show interest in students well-being and create a supportive atmosphere. That is classroom management. And the other characteristics of classroom management is effective communication, because the communication must be good with your students. Use clear and respectful communication, loud and clear, to convey your messages, to convey your instructions, to convey your feedback, and encourage students to open discussion, because the interaction and the discussion will play vital role. So effective communication is very important in the classroom or in the school. And consistent discipline strategies, implement fair and consistent discipline strategies that address misbehavior while reinforcing positive behavior. Classroom organization: arrange the physical space for optimal learning, and ensure it's organized, functional, and conducive. You can conduct lots of activities and interactions and lots of things you can arrange in the class for teaching learning process. And always try to engage your students, because participation play vital role in teaching learning process. More participation, more learning will be taken place. So plan and deliver engaging lessons that caters to diverse learning styles and maintain students interest as well. So you can organize lots of activities, games, and discussions, and various methods and strategies you can use. And transitions and routines, because establish smooth transitions between the activities and maintain consistent routines to provide structure, because sometimes disruptions are there, so try to minimize disruptions as well. And individualized support, address individual students need by providing additional support, like lots of accommodations and modifications we can use in the teaching learning process. And try to reinforce your students during the teaching learning process. Praise them, and we can, as a teacher, we can provide some reward, or we can recognize them. That will definitely encourage them in a positive manner. And teachers must be reflective in nature, because teacher can assess the the progress of the students, and what are the weaknesses, and what are the strength of the students, and which kind of methods are suitable for which one. So reflect on classroom dynamics, reflect on teaching strategies, reflect on what you are doing. Sometimes you will fail, so, we have to replan our teaching. And it is a clinical process, because sometimes we will, some activities or some methods will not work on a specific child, so we have to change our methods. And so we have to pay, the patience is the key, and hard work and patience and the repetition skills teachers can use. And professional development, because in this 21st century, where the creativity, the solving skills, or the ICT, lots of skills teachers required. So try to engage in continuous learning and seeking, because learning is a lifelong process. So enhance classroom management skills and how we can deal with students in the class. And our goals must be clear, because in the teaching learning process, if the goal is clear, we have to make sub objectives, we have to make sub goals, and achieve step by step, one by one, we can achieve all the goals. And engaging instructional methods you can use, like hands-on training, like group teaching, like interactive teaching, like multimedia presentations, like use of ICT in the teaching learning process, real life applications. You can conduct some surveys, you can conduct some sort of trips for students to engage them. So active student participation is the key for need based education, because if the student is not active in the class, so if it is, if he is passive, so your goal will not be achieved. Because you know participation and critical thinking among students play vital role. And focus on formative assessment, continuous and ongoing assessment throughout the teaching learning process to understand. You can organize quizzes, discussions, peer evaluations. You can conduct lots of things during the teaching learning process. And feedback, because providing constructive feedback to students about their performance, to their parents as well, because the strength, the areas for improvement, where we have to work a lot, which area is strong, which area is weaker. So personalized guidance and support are crucial for student growth. And being flexible and adaptable in teaching approaches, to accommodate diverse learning needs and adjust methods, and try to make a very good inclusive environment in the schools. And nowadays, use of technology and resources is important. Try to integrate technology and various resources and your learning experiences. You We can integrate all those things, and we can use this, as a power of a teacher, and teacher can perform really well in the class. And differentiated instructions also play well, because uh, every student is different in nature. In learning, some students are auditory learners, so they learn by hearing. Some students are visual learners, they learn by seeing. So employ varied teaching methods. Different teaching methods are suitable for different students. Different activities you can organize. Lots of audio visual aids, lots of auditory elements, lots of visual elements, lots of tactile elements, lots of kinesthetic elements, lots of hands-on training you can provide for each and every student. And collaboration is important, because the help the cohesive work between parents and teacher will work well. Encourage collaboration with parents, with teachers, with other staff of the school, like speech therapist, like physiotherapist, like a special educator, like normal teacher, like music teacher, like games teacher. They have to work together, you know and we can make pair of students with diverse abilities. That will definitely can foster mutual support and understanding among them. And UDL is the good thing, because implement UDL principles, create inclusive, a classroom, because you can engage students, you can present your material in front of students, uh, in according to the need, and you can remove barriers. And cultural sensitivity and awareness, acknowledge, and respect diverse cultural background in the class, because in the classroom, in the school, people have come from different background, they have different beliefs, they have different languages. So incorporate culturally relevant content to make learning more relatable and inclusive, and try to relate, with their real life. Try to relate with their real life. And uh, and encouraging self advocacy as well, because empower students to advocate for their own learning needs. Encourage them to communicate their self, communicate their preferences and challenges, and fostering self awareness and self advocacy skills. And create inclusive spaces, in the school or in the class. uh, Individualized learning plans. For example, for example, if you are a language teacher, in a language art class, a student, struggling with vocabulary retention, might have a personalized plan that includes using flashcards for that child. Maybe some other childs can learn easily, but for this child we have to use different strategies. I can use flashcards, or the word association games, or the extra reading assignments, targeted at vocabulary building. So similarly, the flexible grouping, for example, in a history lesson, students are grouped based on their learning styles or prior knowledge. For instance, visual learners might create timelines, and auditory learners engage in discussions, and kinesthetic learners act out historical events. So you can use accordingly. For example, varied instructional methods. In a science class, studying photosynthesis, a topic in science, and how plant can, are making their food. So a teacher use multimedia presentations, hands-on experiments, and interactive simulations to cater to different learning styles. Similarly, adaptive technology you can use. For example, a student with dyslexia, they have a reading problem, so utilizes text to speech software in the class. to assist in reading assignments and allowing them to listen to the text while following along, improving comprehension. And differentiated assignments, for example, in the math class, you know students are given the choice to demonstrate their understanding of a concept through written explanations, creating a visual representation or solving practical problems. And specialized support services, for example, a student have attention problem, they have concentration problem, so receive support from a resource specialist who help break down complex concept into manageable parts or assist in organizing study materials. Assessment adjustment, sometimes we have to adjust in assessment, in evaluation. A student with test anxiety is allowed to demonstrate their knowledge through an oral presentation, because he is he is facing fear if he will write. So we can provide the alternate option, you know is allowed to demonstrate their knowledge through oral test, through oral presentation, instead of taking a traditional exam. And culturally responsive teaching, for example, in a social studies class, the curriculum includes diverse perspectives and contributions, from various cultures, to make history more relatable and inclusive for all students. And student centered approach, students the status of the student, the level, the interest area, the track, we have to track their progress and choose projects aligned with their interest within the frame work provided by the teacher. And for example, peer learning and collaboration, some student works in pairs or groups with mixed abilities to solve problems or complete projects. So it will allow them to learn from one another. The leadership quality, the concept, the socialization will be taken place. The language will be developed. The content they will learn, everything will be fine for them. Multilingual support, sometimes for students with English as a second language. So provide bilingual material, assigning language buddies, and or offering language support classes to assist in comprehension and integration into the curriculum. Same, in the sensory accommodations, you know create a sensory friendly environment by offering noise cancelling headphones or the fidget tools or adjustable lighting for students with sensory processing differences to enhance their skills. Physical accommodations, for example, adapting the classroom layout or providing assistive devices such as ergonomic chairs or standing desk or wheelchair accessible. So provide these physical accommodations to them for the mobility, to remove the mobility challenges. Social emotional support, sometimes students are feeling not well, they have their self esteem is down, so implement mindfulness exercises or yoga or peer support groups or a quiet corner in the classroom, so you can remove these things. And content, differentiated content depth, offering additional reading material always or advanced assignment for students who excel in a particular subject, ensuring they are consistently challenged and engaged. And visual support is also important, using visual schedules and graphic organizers or visual cues to assist students with autism spectrum disorder or attention difficulties, like that. And flexible time management, because some students will complete their work in very hurry, some students need more and more time to complete their task. So allow students with organizational difficulties extra time or personalized schedule to manage transitions. And flexible sitting arrangements, you can offer various sitting options to students on the regular basis. Peer mentorship programs, pairing students who excel in subject with those who struggle in that area. So you can you can organize peer mentoring programs for them to support within the classroom. And adaptive physical education, for example, adapting physical education activities which are suitable for learners ensure inclusiveness in sports and movement in the ground in for real experiences. And if the childs are special needs, so IEP is important. Individualized education plan for each and every child. It's a yearly plan. It will be flexible in nature. The goals and the sub goals are there. According to the goals, we have to make the plans and we have to teach them. And this could involve specialized teaching methods and technology, extra supports, and modifications in the teaching learning process. And sensory friendly environment, design classrooms with sensory accommodations like visual schedules or the quiet areas or adaptive sitting to support children, or specialized training for educators, provide teachers with training on inclusive education or the behavioral management. We have to aware them about the problems of the special kids in the society. So you know so as a teacher, multisensory approach we have to use, to achieve the need based education, because teacher are those who can mold their students according to their need, according to their individual needs, according to their interest, aptitude. So teacher will make the desired goal and he will try to achieve those goals, and he is the main person. So adult education programs you can organize in the society to aware the parents. Vocational training and skill development programs we can offer. Leadership and empowering programs we can offer to improve, to promote leadership skills, to entrepreneurship, for financial literacy, for self confidence. These are the things you can do. And flexible grouping in the society is also important in the class as well, because employ flexible grouping strategies based on students abilities, allow them to work with peers of different skill levels, because they have lots of differences among them. Culturally responsive teaching, incorporate diverse cultural perspective into teaching, into the lessons, to make learning relevant and inclusive for all students. And some students come from tribal communities in the class, so culturally relevant curriculum must be there. Develop educational material that incorporate indigenous knowledge, languages and cultural practices, to make education more relatable and inclusive for tribal children. And community involvement and engagement is also important in teaching learning process in the school, because collaborate with tribal leaders and community members to ensure education aligns with the needs and values of the tribe, and fostering community support with involvement. And access to education resources, try to increase the accessibility. And preservation of cultural heritage is important, so we can incorporate traditional arts, crafts, cultural activities, co-curricular activities you can organize. We can celebrate their heritage of tribal communities in the school. So the role of stakeholders you know will be very important in the meaningful teaching learning process, for need based education, for effective teaching learning environment. So stakeholders play pivotal roles and in ensuring the success and effectiveness of need based education. So the role of educators and teachers, they are at the forefront of implementing need based education, because they have to design, they have to adapt the curriculum, they have to apply different kind of methods, they have to make planning, they have to execute that planning in the real situation in the class. So they are the main stakeholder, the student, because try to actively engage them, because they also are the stakeholders. So communicate and their learning preferences, and seek help when needed, participate in activities, and take ownership of their learning goals. And parents and guardians, they are also main stakeholders, because the cohesive work with pure coordination with the teachers will definitely work. And collaborate with educators. Parents collaborate with educators, communicate about their child's strength, weakness, about their milestones, about the other things. So, reinforce learning at home and participate in school activities and discussions. School administration is also, will play also a crucial role, because they will provide resources, they will implement the policies made by the government, and create an environment conducive to need based education. So allocate resources effectively, support teacher professional development, and ensure school policies align with inclusive practices. Lots of role by community and NGOs, additional support and resources beyond the classroom. So community we learn a lot of things, you know informal learning always be there. Informal learning in the society, in the community, child is there, he is spending his time in the community, in the society. So provide mentoring, tutoring, funding or for specialized programs for organization, and advocate for inclusive education policies in the real setup. Government and policymakers, because they are the main stakeholder, they will make they will set the framework, they will make the policies, and they will the main stakeholder who will try their best to implement the policies in the real manner in the society, in the schools. So responsibilities is definitely there. Develop inclusive educational policies, and allocate funding, and create legislations that support diverse learners and needs, and specialized support and professionals. In schools, sometimes we need speech therapist, sometimes we need counselor, sometimes we need occupational therapist, sometimes we need sports teacher, music teacher. So specialized support professionals must be there in the school, and they will work together. And technology providers will also play vital role, because without technology, if a child has hearing impairment, so we have to give them the hearing aid. If a child has some problems in reading, so we can give them speech to text software. So teachers is, it means teachers are the role models. Every child is unique, and teachers are the role models. So families and teachers are a source of support, and they encourage their and love. But sometimes relationship within the families are put under strain. So at that time, teacher will play definitely a good role, because as a teacher or as an educator or as a multidisciplinary team member, I will try to counsel, I will try to guide my students at the early stages and identify their problems. You know, so early identification of the problems, that is important. The excessive, we have to accept each and every student in the society, and we have to create accessibility for kids. We have to aware the society, we have to make them independent, we have to provide them need based education, equal opportunities and equity in the class. And we can use adaptation, modification and accommodation in the classroom teaching as well. So these are the things you can do. So you know barrier free environment we have to provide in schools, because BFA, barrier free access, refers to universal access for all children and adults within the schools according to their need. If a child have some locomotor problem, he is not able to move from one place to another place, so adaptive toilet must be there, or the lift must be there, or the elevator must be there. So this should not be limited only to buildings and physical infrastructure, but also extend itself into curriculum as well, because they have different needs. So we have to make changes in the curriculum, and which need to be addressed. And the physical environment we have to improve. The path from the gate of the school buildings and playgrounds must be clear and labeled. All entrances and doorways in the school buildings should be minimum 4 to 5 feet. The toilet inside the school should be accessible for children. The drinking water outlet should be accessible. Avoid sharp turns in the schools. The walkway must be clear of any hung and protruding obstructions such as windows or lights. Steps should be equal and even height at stairs. The ends of the handrails should be bent downwards. Bright colors should be used at every change in slope. All the surfaces should be non-slip, and loose gravel or cobbles should be avoided. Natural lighting should be optimized. Safety of all children should be ensured by provision of hazard-free environment in the school setup. And curriculum, we have to we have to make changes in curriculum. The school classroom design should allow the teacher to be able to pay personal attention to each and every child. So adaptation and accommodations needs to be made for the procedure of for assessment, use of different teaching strategies, including sign language, sign and gestures, use of teaching learning material, availability and accessibility to teaching learning material, ensure each and every student participation in the class, use of peer support, use of different methods, use of aids and appliances according to the need, like calipers, wheelchairs, braces, special chairs, crutches, badges, pencil grips, ensure educate space allocation, ensure that visual, tactile or pictorial learning material for students. Level of difficulty we have to increase step by step. Use of concrete objects, ensure wheelchair accessibility to classrooms and toilets. The prescribed uh, the ramp, the ratio of ramp is 1 is to 12. So these are the things. Ensure availability of material like braille material, like large print material, like audio, like e-text, like pictures, like images, slides, ppts, everything we have to provide them according to the need. So making science labs accessible for them, ensure increased use of verbal instructions, and ensure availability of use of embossed and tactile teaching learning material for visual impairment students, and availability of and training how we can use appliances like braille, like tailor frame, white cane, abacus, low vision aids, magnifiers, how we can use. So as a teacher I have to learn availability and training in screen, reading and scanning software should be done. Daily living skills we have to improve for them, for the orientation and mobility. Provision of suitable hearing aids. The resource teacher should be provide auditory training to make optimum use of hearing of the child. Sitting arrangement we can change. So lots of things as a teacher you can use. It means multisensory approaches we are using in the teaching learning process. And more than one sensory uh, you know s- sense organs we are using. If the student is auditory learner, so we can they they learn reading by listening to someone present information. They learn by listening. So we can record lectures, we can use rhymes, we can listen to recordings, we can read aloud, lots of things you can do. And interactive lectures and utilizing sound during lectures. You can use beats, rhymes, songs, lots of things. Visual learners, if when I see, I understand, I learn. They learn by seeing words in printed form, in textual form. So take notes, use clue words for recalling, use colored highlighters, use maps, chart, diagrams, illustration, pictures, audio visuals, photographs, study cards, flashcards, tv, ict, computer, laptop, study cards, visual. Use visual when teaching lessons such as pictures, charts, diagrams, maps and outlines, lots of things. If they are the kinesthetic learners, you can use lots of activities. You can perform lots of activities in the class. you know Lots of hands-on training, role play, hands-on training, learning while standing up and engaging in real life. Activity based teaching, co-curricular activities, folk song, folk dance, pantomime, mono acting, drama, quiz, song, kavali, lots of things you can organize, dance. So lots of hands-on training by use models, by using clay blocks, use of outdoor games and opportunities, dance, play, role play. If they are tactile learners, you can use lots of things. They learn through their senses of touch. They touch and they learn. They like writing, drawing, hand. uh, so you know, assemble and disassembling puzzles and games you can use in the classroom. Benefits from a lab setting where he can manipulate materials, and lots of games you can organize. um Lots of tactile and exposed material you can use for teaching. Often needs frequent breaks during studying as well. So these are the things you can use: curriculum designing, flexible curriculum designing, multisensory approach, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, tactile, ways, imitation, repetition, again and again, again and again. We can provide such exposure where they can learn by practice. And multidisciplinary staff, different kind of teachers are there in the school. They come from, some are normal teachers, some are therapists, some are, counselors. They work together, use concrete objects and relate to their life, and always try to learning by doing and make barrier free environment. Use games, activities, daily life examples. Always try to relate to their life. If I will use the name of the local city, that would beneficial. If I will use the local fruit name, local vegetable name, so that will definitely work for them. Organize hands-on training, make groups, team teaching, for peer tutoring, and use innovative aids and ICT. And always try to be centered in teaching, activity based learn teaching, and always take help from therapists, sometimes counseling, sometimes physiotherapy, sometimes occupational therapy, sometimes speech therapy. So you can use all those things. So safety concerns are also important, like self-esteem and the confidence. And sometimes as a teacher, it's duty to increase the self-esteem, to motivate them, to give them reinforcement, and teach them according to the individual differences. And interactive methods, give extra time to every student, give some break, step by step, achieve goal, and increase participation in teaching learning process. If we will follow all those things, definitely the teaching learning process will be effective, and we can learn many things. Thank you from my side for listening me.
Thank you so much, sir, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an IBLES certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Sir, I think after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Honorable sir, before
Thank
we
you,
move
ma'am.
to the
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome, sir. Honorable sir, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP Knowledge Seek stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Knowledge Seek stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.ddigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching opening part 1, move to the next video learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate if failed to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find our earning session and get enrolled. For watching, completing part 1, move to the next video learning class, passing mark 80%. Pass back to the course again to download your certificate. If you retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seeking start from the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few phrases for online quiz competition, then after life no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or given link. Find the station name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join online live quiz competition. After quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10. As previously, which you can find on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 19 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question, teacher need to create standard-based literature classroom so that option 1, students are in a classroom where literature isn't valued. Option 2, students are in a classroom that value and celebrate lit. Option 2 is the right answer. 92% people are right here. Our second question is remote need based alternative the most effective remote method? Is it true or false? গরম পানি আছে গরম দেখো না লাগলে না Option 1 is the right answer. 43% people are right here. Our next question is how long are non-hormonal based IUDs effect need to be replaced? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 8% people are right here. Our next question is how long are hormonal based IUDs effect need to be replaced? Is it option 1 option 2? হ্যাঁ কি বলছো গো না না ওটা আমার ফ্রেন্ড ও যে সিএ পড়ে আমি তো জানি না ও চাকরি করে হঠাৎ করে না দেখো চাকরি পাশ হয়ে সিএ পড়ে 2 is the right answer. 81% people are right here. Our next question is the evidence-based practice do not need to be proven effective. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 81% people are right here. Our next question is people need to perceive effective trust-based sales communication skills so that they is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is to be effective, alcohol-based hand sanitizer need to contain at least dash of alcohol. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 63% people are right here. Our next question is what percentage do alcohol-based RAF need to be in order to be effective? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 94% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is to be most effective teacher observation need to be specific and based on overall classroom standard. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. No one is correct here. Last and final question of the session is classroom need not to be well equipped for the effective use of technology. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 40% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition official Facebook group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition we will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group is professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I start, hit the like button. I can also thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.